Hey everyone, and welcome to my Chronojet Dragon standard deck profile. Been meaning to do this for ages, but I've needed the right triggers. They've took their sweet time getting here, but they're here now. I didn't want to do it until I have the actual cards so I can show you their effects and everything. So here we go, here's the intro. Let's get to the ride deck and the grade 3s. So here's the ride deck. Chronodran is your starter. Draw if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 1, and you essentially, if you went second, you draw. The Macer Gear Dragon gets you your Chronojet Dragon Crest, which basically allows you to do anything in this game, or in this deck. Makes all your Chronojets 13k, gives you 5k for every card face up in your G zone, and allows you to stride. So this is incredibly important. Key card, effectively the key card in the deck. Now your Smoke Gear Dragon, that allows you to Soul Blast to get you a grade 3 from your deck. Most likely your Chronojet, but when you're riding your Chronojet, which cards will be definitely striding upon, you'll be getting your Counter Blast and putting cards to the bottom of your deck, or putting your opponent's rear guards to the bottom of the deck. So this is the ride line. So we're running 4 Steam Fighter Bali, this is great, so whenever you discard it for some stride fodder, you get to draw a card. Also, whenever you stride on top of your Chronojet and a card, one of your opponent's rear guards is put to the bottom of the deck, he gains 10k. So he's essentially a base 23k, swinging for 23k, and you get to draw cards, so it's a great kind of resource, kind of management kind of card. And of course, your Chronojet Dragon. This is what you're going to be using to stride your Chrono Dragon next stage, which we'll be talking about at the end. Also, thanks to your Chronojet Dragon Crest, your Chronojet Dragons, your rear guards, are now grade 0. You could make them -3, then you can time leap them for a grade 1. So, these are kind of your main grade 3s in the deck. I run 3 Chronojets just because I want that next stage. I kind of want the absolute next stage on your second stride. I don't want to leave anything up to chance or anything. And plus, it's always good for the potential time leap for the grade 1s. So grade 2s, obviously we're running the upstream. We're running 4 upstream dragons because these are just absolutely fantastic. On GB1, mind you, you can swing for 15k, pit back to the deck, and get a grade 1 in the back row. So you can get, which will come up to the grade 1s, you can get your GG out, Soul Blast 2, draw 1, plus 5k. So it pairs well with the other grade 4, the interdimensional dragon, Fate Rider Dragon. If you're doing that, it goes extremely well with your time leaps and just for getting extra bodies on board. So you're striding, so you swing in, goes to the bottom of the deck, call, Soul Blast 2, draw 1, and then and then thanks to Fate Rider Dragon, you're time leaping again for another one. So you're recycling them pretty much. You're recycling your draws basically with GG and your Upstream Dragon. So I run 4. Absolutely no less than 4 upstream dragons. And now, this is kind of a budget option, your Mystic Accordance. So whenever you're discarding for your ride, this can go into your soul. So it's great. It's kind of great consistency. You're not really losing anything. You're kind of gaining that small bit of advantage for later. You're essentially getting the card back once you soul charge and draw with GG. So I run 4 of these just for max chance of drawing them. Only grade 2s in the deck. They're great. Obviously, you can use the promo, like the $20 one, whichever currency you use. They run around that. So yeah, and the grade 1s. We're running 4 grade 1s in this deck, as you can see. Best grade 1 in the deck is Steam Scara GG, which I told you before in the grade 2s, but you can call this, place it, Soul Blast 2, draw a card, and if it was placed due to card's ability, if it's placed from the deck, this gains plus 5k. So it is like a 13k booster because you're probably calling this to the back row. most likely. So it's going to be a 13k booster, and you're drawing a card, most likely whenever it's placed. And now the Gear Sorrow. Gear Sorrow is great because on GB1, it gets intercept from the back row. it's just great. Normally as well. If you can't afford the Soul Blasts, oh, sorry about that. If you can't afford the Soul Blast, this is a great option because you can have up to 3 in your back row. And you're getting a 13k boost. Since, again, whenever a card is put to the bottom of the deck, just any time during the turn, if a card was put to the bottom of the deck, plus 5k. So you're getting a 13k booster, or you're getting a 13k attacker, depending on how the game state is for you. Now, I only do 3 Steam Breath Dragons because since I'm running 3, since I want to run 4 of each, 4 GG and 4 Gear Sorrow, I kind of felt like I had to give up one Steam Breath Dragon. And since I'm running 3 Chronojet Dragons in the deck, I don't need to look for them as much as I need to. I always get a grade 3. I'm always able to stride, and plus with the grade 2 in the red line. I can't believe I'm forgetting its name, like something Gear Dragon or whatever. Aha, here it is. Yes, with the Smoke Gear Dragon, whenever you ride on top of it, you get a grade 3 anyway. So you don't need as much. These are great for, say, if you're in a pinch or anything and you need that grade 3, it's fine. Or if you just don't have a grade 3 and you need to use this as the stride fodder. And obviously we're going with the kind of effect PGs. So if you only have 2 cards in your hand, you can guard. Now you only have 1 card in your hand and you don't have to pay the cost. So those are all the grade 1s that we're using. GG's fantastic. Gear Sorrow is amazing. Steam Breath is very good to kind of keep cards in your hand, so you're always able to get like a grade 3. And of course your PGs. And so here are our triggers. So obviously the Dark States over trigger, obviously plus 10k and plus 1 critical. Get to draw a card, obviously. And then we're running the 3 effect draws, which gives you plus 5k shield if your opponent's Vanguard's a grade 3 or higher. That's always good. Now I'm running the regular heals because during my tests, I never really had an issue to where I needed the power boost or anything, where I needed the guard boost. Because of like the 4 intercepts that I'm using, kind of the grade 2s that I use. I've always found that I had enough kind of in my hand to guard and didn't really need the 10k heals. We're running 8 crits because this thing is amazing. Steam Deviate Dragon, which soul charges, gives you soul. So say if you really are pushing for that final swing, so this boosts, goes into your soul, gives your Vanguard or any unit 2k. It's always nice because sometimes you can go above. It helps them kind of waste a card to guard that maybe they would have used next turn to help kind of finish you off. And so this gives you soul, and if you call it GG, you superior call it GG from your deck, you will now have soul to help you use it and help for your consistency to go off. So the stride deck. These are your G units that you're going to be using. These come with the Chronojet deckset. Obviously, these are the only four G units that we have right now. Messiah and the other one that's coming out, which I forget which one's coming out. But these are the only ones that we have right now for Dark States Gear Chronicle. These are great. You're going to be wanting to use the Fate Rider Dragon first, obviously, because then you're time leaping. You're getting that extra power on a counter blast. Whenever you ride on top of your Chronojet Dragon, you get a counter blast and send a unit from the send one of your opponent's rear guards to the bottom of the deck. And then whenever you swing in, at the beginning, before you attack, before you do anything, before you attack with the Vanguard, before that's even calculated, you counterblast 1, put a unit face up in your G zone, and thanks to the Chronojet deck set, thanks to the crest, your units are now going to be plus 5k. So you're getting triggers, you're swinging in, and then you're time leaping, you're getting a ton of attacks in. This is just, for me personally, I've had most success with going into the Fate Rider first, because obviously it's how you're going to get GB2 before, how you're going to get GB2 for this effect, for Chrono Dragon Next Stage's effect, I don't know. And I always go for the next stage, because you're doing a quintuple drive for that turn. So you're swinging in. I personally always go with the swinging in for the Chronojet Next Stage, kind of first. So then you're getting your triple drive, you're adding the power, and then whenever you're able to go off next stage's skill, then you can ride the Chronojet Dragon, and then you can swing again for a twin drive. Plus, since you're at GB2, you'll be at GB3 at this point, but since you're at GB2, at least, you'll be plus 15k thanks to the thing, and they cannot guard with grade 1s. So he's at 18k plus 15, which is like 33, I think. That's probably a lot more. 18, so he'd be at 33k at least. Whenever you're swinging in after next stage. Plus, they cannot PG, essentially. So that is fantastic. So those are all the cards in your G zone, and I will be back just to kind of show you what an ideal kind of board state looks like for your near final turn. So let's just say this is your board state right now. You have a full board. This is what you're working with. So you discard for cost. I know this is a grade 0, but we're discarding for cost. Now we stride onto Chronojet Dragon. Let's just say you have like 2 cards up for counterblasting, like whatever. So you're counterblasting, unit gone. So now these are plus 5k, 13k boosters, right? And he also gains 10k since the unit was put to the bottom of the deck. And now, boom. So what I always do, swing in. Boom. 13. So, well, yeah. I forgot to add the 15k that we're at. Or, well, the 10k that we're at because of the deck. Because of the crest. So, here we go. You're swinging in for this. Let's just say, so you get your triple drive or whatever. So let's just say first check, second check. And let's just say for shits and giggles, we get a third check, right? So then we can put 10k on each side. This is extremely ideal. This has happened to me in a good few times because of the ratios and the odds. This has happened to me. Let's just be extremely generous. And of course, like we draw our cards or whatever for off the draw triggers. And now you counterblast again for next stage's effect. And you just discard 2 cards for the effect. Chronojet stands plus 15k. There you go. Wherever the 15 is, I'm not entirely sure. I should say 14 is 15. Okay, so you're swinging in now. Again, you're swinging in. Boom, boom. You've swung. Chronojet, boom. So you get your 2. Let's just say maybe we get a heal trigger and second check. Sure. Like that's extremely ideal right now. You're attacking with 33k right now, plus a booster, 46k you're attacking for. And then, boom, boom. And let's just say, you're able to do this, put it to the bottom of the deck, blah, 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 blah. Then you get to call grade 1. So let's just say, for argument's sake, we have 1 more of these that we can do. So now, for next turn, if you didn't win this turn, this will be kind of what your board looks like. That's a lot of attacks. That is quintuple drive. 15k before anything else. That's plus 15k before any triggers, before any other effects. You're swinging for so much damage. And the G zone, thanks to the crest, Chronojet's effect where they can't use grade 1s. You're a base 18k because of Chronojet Dragon's plus 5k effect. It's a lot of damage. You can get to this. I've done this many times, like 7 or 8 games out of 10. This will be your end of board state. Everyone, back again. Just wanted to do one last little send off. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is more of like a budget kind of, if you don't have all the money in the world to do for a Chronojet deck set deck. I had a lot of fun making this. I've practiced a few. I'm at least, on all the games that I've played, I'm at least like a 70% win rate, which is pretty good. 70% win rate against all the other decks right now. And I've only had this deck for a short time. I still haven't mastered everything, but it's really good. I really suggest that you buy it. It's a pretty good budget option. I know it's like a few months old, but it's still pretty good. It still has a lot of power and potential for everything. So I just, guys, want to thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I will have like links to like Card Market and like where you can buy this if you want to. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.